Assalamu alaikum students. This is the second part of our video. In this video we will see that how we can compute risk of the companies. For the proper risk management, we need to have risk perception and risk analysis. Then we can manage this risk effectively. The risk is simply an uncertainty associated with the returns, and you know that uncertainty can be positive and can be negative. For example, if we expect that our return will be 20% and there is uncertainty that it can be 30% or it can be 10%. So in both scenarios this is uncertainty and this is risk. But if the return increases to from 20 to 30%, it means uncertainty is positive and we have some abnormal profits. And on the other hand, if the return decreases from 20% to 10%, that's the real issue, and investors try to manage this part of risk. And but by definition, both uncertainties, either return can increase or decrease. This is known as risk. Risk is the deviation from the mean rate of return, and for risk measurement we have three tools, that is variance, standard deviation and coefficient of variation. Variance is simply the dispersion from the expected rate of return, and if dispersion is higher, then the risk will be higher. If we can measure dispersion by using this specific formula, is equal to HPY minus expected HPY squared divided by N. In case of perfect certainty, there will be no variance, no risk. Standard deviation is the square root of the variance, and the coefficient of variation, that is last measure of risk, measures risk per unit of expected return, and the formula is standard deviation divided by expected return. Lower the value is more preferable. If a security has lowest coefficient of variation, then it will be better option than the others. Coefficient of variation actually measures the trade-off between risk and return. And now we will move to Excel sheet and will compute the risk and return of our selected companies. To compute variance of the portfolios, the basic formula is variance is equal to HPY minus EHPY squared divided by N. For the first time, I am calculating a variance by using this formula, and then we will use a Microsoft Excel functions to compute variance. For example, for MLCF, HPY minus EHPY and its square. Here I will press equal to sign, bracket start, HPY of MLCF minus arithmetic mean. Then I will press F4 to lock this cell, and then brackets close and square. I will convert this into numbers form and then copy this formula till the end. So I have computed the first part of this formula, and then I have to compute the sum of these values. For sum, I will write here sum, then bracket start and select all values, and in the last step I will divide this sum by n, that is 8. So the variance is 0.337. Now I will use Microsoft Excel functions to compute the same value, and I will write here equal to var.p bracket start and select all values of HPY values of MLCF, and it will automatically compute variance of the portfolios, variance of the MLCF. Similarly, I can take help from Excel insert functions. I will write here variance, and it will return different functions that can be used to calculate variance. I have used variance.p, that is compute the variance of entire population. And then I will select here values, here prices of MLC, HPY of MLCF and bracket close. And here it is the value of variance. So from now I am using Microsoft Excel function to compute variance of the companies. The purpose of to the basic purpose to show this calculation by using manual way. The basic purpose to show these manual calculation was that that the students can calculate these values with their calculators as well. Microsoft Excel facilitates procedures, but if a student want to apply these calculations by using calculators, he can have, but it requires much more time. So variance is I have written here var and equal to var.p bracket start, and I will select all values of MLCF, and here it's the variance of the companies. And then I will drag this formula for the NML and Attack Petroleum, and that computes the variance of all companies. The next calculation is standard deviation, and the formula for the standard deviation is summation HPY minus EHPY squared divided by N, or is simply the under root of the variance. I will write here SD and equal to SQRT, that is used to compute the square root of the values, and select variance value of MLCF and bracket close, and I will get the standard deviation of the companies. In other ways, I can use stdev.p, that is Microsoft Excel function, to compute the variance of the values, and the answer will be same. So it depends upon you that which formula you use. The next calculation is about coefficient of variation, and the formula for the coefficient of variation is CV is equal to standard deviation divided by expected return. I will write here CV equal to standard deviation divided by expected return, and then copy this formula for the each values, and here I will, to show some proper values, I will convert these values into percentages form. From this analysis we can find that if for MLCF, if the one we get 1 unit return, then we will have 1.08 risk. If our return is 1 unit, and then the risk will be 0.99. And lastly, for Attack Petroleum, if the return is 1 unit, then the risk will be 0.52. All these calculations, we can conclude that the Attack Petroleum is the best option among MLCF, NML and Attack Petroleum, because the risk and return trade-off for the Attack Petroleum is much better than the MLCF and NML. In the next video, we will see that how we can create portfolios of these companies. That's all for this video. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.